thank you all so much for being out here today. We know it's hot. We know it just rained too. You all being out here, though, just shows that our people are not alone. My name is Ahmad Perez. I'm the founder of Islip Forward and a son of this community. Standing here because every family is worth defending. Since January 23rd, we have counted 33 ICE sightings in Suffolk County alone. That is 33 mornings that began without coffee, homework, or a quick run to the bodega that ended in screams, broken doors, empty chairs, agents in unmarked cars waiting outside laundromats, mothers cuffed while their toddlers watch from car seats. And the horror is not just the arrest, it's the silence that follows. The phone that rings all night with no one to answer. A child that's staring at the door because their mother said they'd be right back. And that's why we created our ICE tracker. We refuse to allow these disappearances to be invisible. We refuse to let fear become routine. We chose to stand between our community and the shadows, and we are not alone. Look around you. Every sign, every clenched fist says the same thing, that we refuse to lose another family. Today, we carry the names of the families that have been impacted with us. And today I want to mention one. Josue and Jose Trejo Lopez, two teenage brothers from Central Islip who had no criminal record, no chance to say goodbye to their friends and family. They went to a routine check-in. They were following the process. They were doing this right. One should have been marching at graduation next week. Instead, as we stand here right now, both of them are sleeping in a stranger's house in El Salvador, trying to learn survival instead of algebra because of the inhumane actions of this administration. And their story is why we stand here today. One of many, one of hundreds, one of thousands. Their loss is why we fight and why we are blessed to fight alongside leaders who have never wavered. From the first sighting on January 23rd, right here in Brentwood on Fulton Street, one voice rose for us when many stayed quiet. Please welcome that voice, Deputy Speaker Phil Ramos.
Thank you. Are we united?
Yes!
Are we united?
Yes!
As he said, my name is Assemblyman Phil Ramos. I am the Deputy Speaker of the New York State Assembly. But today, I don't come before you as your assemblyman, not just as an elected official, but as a father, as a son of Puerto Rican parents, as a proud Latino, and as a lifelong resident of this community, a community that I have dedicated my whole life to serving. And today I speak to you as a man who has had enough. Enough fear. Enough of the lies. Enough of watching families being treated like criminals. What we saw last week in Los Angeles, the ICE raid, backed by military force, citizens taken in the dark of night, that's not a distant tragedy. It is our reality now. Right here in our town, right here in our backyard. That nightmare is continuing. In Brentwood, a beloved member of this community was taken by ICE. She wasn't hiding. She was working. She was raising 5 beautiful children. Now, those 5 children cry themselves to sleep every night, crying for their mother's love, without knowing if they will ever see their mother again. In Central Islip, 2 brothers who built their lives here, were raised here, paid taxes here, believed in this country, were ripped from their homes and sent to a country that they don't even know. In their hearts, their hearts remain in America, but their bodies are in exile right now because of this president. And I could go on and on. Lives changed forever. Trauma spreading through our community like a dagger in the hearts of our people. People in our neighborhoods are afraid to go to work, afraid to walk into a courthouse, afraid to be simply seen. This is not democracy. This is not safety. This is fascism.
Yes.
This is un-American. The very fabric of our nation is being torn apart. And what does Donald Trump do? He threw himself a $45 million birthday party. Let that sink in.
And no one showed up!
Yeah, you're right, no one showed up. A North Korean-style military parade in our nation's capital. On the same day that our communities are under siege. That is not leadership. This is not patriotism. It's cruelty disguised as policy. So let me be crystal clear. To every ICE agent hiding behind that mask,
Right!
hiding behind that badge,
Coward!
I say to you, your orders are illegal. Your mission is immoral. And to every politician who stays silent, to every elected official that hides their heads like cowards,
Yeah.
I say to you, you are complicit.
Yes.
If you are not behind us, you are in our way. And now, if it couldn't get worse, on Long Island, Latino U.S. citizens are being stopped and asked to produce their papers as if we were in Nazi Germany, simply because they look undocumented. This is not justice. That is harassment, and that is unconstitutional.
Yes.
And I say this as someone who has spent over 20 years as a police officer. No American, especially not here in New York, should ever have to prove their right to exist in their own neighborhoods.
Being brown is not a crime.
And while all this is happening, while 1% of our country hoards 99% of the wealth, they had the nerve to point the finger at us, to tell us that we're the problem, that we are taking something from them. The ones who pick the crop somehow are taking something from them. The ones who build their homes, who raise their children, somehow they're the problem. But the billionaires who have more than 99% of the wealth, they're not the problem. But we know the truth. We know the truth. We know that immigrants are not the problem. Immigrants are the backbone of this country. We are the lifeline of this economy. We are the soul of this nation. And we are not going anywhere. So today, as we march, just as our heroes before, arm in arm in Selma, at Stonewall, through the fields of Delano, the ordinary farmers who locked arms with Cesar Chavez, let us be guided by their courage. Let us be fueled by their passion. Let us stand together, not in fear, but in power.
Yeah.
And to the Trump administration, I say to you, you might have tanks, you might have tear gas, you might have propaganda, you may be proud, you might have the Proud Boys and the KKK, but we have the truth.
Yes!
We have the law. And most importantly, we have the people. Let me say this loud and clear. We are not guests in this country. 30% of this country was speaking Spanish when the first English-speaking settlers came to this country. We are not guests here. We built this country. And we will not be deported from what we have helped create.
Yes.
So let us rise, let us march, let us organize until no child cries behind a chain link fence, until no mother is torn from her children, until no human being is treated as if they are disposable. And yes, years from now the book will be written in the textbooks that our children and grandchildren will read. That book will be written, and they will look back on this dark chapter, and they will call this administration what it truly was: a wannabe dictator, abuse of power, a stain on an inhuman treatment against hard-working people.
Yes!
But in that same book, right next to those pages of pain, there will be another chapter in that book. A chapter born right here in Brentwood.
Yeah.
Born in New York and across the nation. A chapter where the people rose up.
Yep.
Where they stood up against the tyranny. A chapter where everybody said no more. Where we stood united in righteous mission to protect our families and communities and our country. A chapter where future generations will look with pride because we did not let the powerful corrupt and break the spirit of the free silence of the voice of the people.
Yes.
We are not writing the final chapter. Make that clear. We are not writing the final chapter. We are writing a new chapter in the history of this country. A chapter where democracy is not defined by fear, but by freedom. A chapter where our communities are no longer living in the shadows. A chapter where the people rise and justice wins.
Yes.
May we be guided by the passion of those who march before us and the hopes of those who will follow. Let us go forward, united and unafraid. My name is Ramos, and I am the son of this community. And I will never stop fighting for the dignity of every family, no matter their status, no matter their struggle. May God give us the strength to keep marching forward. Let us raise our hands in the air and shout in one collective voice, "Sí se puede! Sí se puede! Sí se puede! Sí se puede!" May God bless you all.
What we have here is something special, something real, rooted in deep history, rooted in the soil our ancestors walked on, with generations of different cultures walking over us today. Why I'm standing here with you guys all today is to say enough is enough. Enough tearing families apart, enough ICE raids in the dead of night, enough fear in our homes, enough ICE terrorizing our schools, our neighborhoods, our jobs. Let's be clear. We don't want ICE in our towns.
No.
We don't want ICE in our schools,
No.
and we don't want ICE anywhere near our families.
Amen.
ICE is not keeping us safe. ICE is tearing us apart.
Right.
We can stand here today, protest ICE all day, but that's not enough. We also need everyone here to hold our people in power accountable.
Yes.
Because some of the loudest silence, and y'all know this,
Oh, yeah.
comes from those closest to us.
Right.
While we're calling out injustice, let me say something that might sting a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
We've got brown faces in high places, but what good are those faces when they're betraying our people?
Yeah.
What good are brown faces in high places when all they do is sell out our bases? Because you see, it's not the color of your skin or the last thing that makes you part of us. It's the loyalty to the struggle.
Yeah.
It's whether you remember where you came from or climb the ladder and kick it when you're on the way up.
Right.
We didn't fight for our seats at the table just to serve our own people. Let me remind everyone here, we are not shadows. We are not numbers. We are not cases or files. We are families. We are stories. We are memories. When someone is deported, it is not just paperwork. It's trauma. Generational trauma. It is separation. It is a mother trying to hold it all together. A child wondering where their dad went. A brother, a sister, a neighbor suddenly ripped away from everything they know. Deportation is not just a policy. It's a pain, a deep-rooted pain. And that pain is real right here in our community. As everyone has stated, the Lopez brothers, 2 high school seniors with no criminal record, no threat to anyone, they were deported. Taken away from their classrooms, ripped away from their future. Shame! Shame! These were kids who had dreams, who worked hard, who were part of us. When we lost them, we didn't just lose 2 students. We lost a piece of our community, and we cannot stay silent about that.
No.
Because when one of us is taken, deported, detained, we all feel it. But pain is not where we stop. Pain is where we begin. We rise from pain. We mobilize from grief. We protest from love. So let this rally be a reminder. We will not be silent. And when we will not be polite in the form of cruelty. And we will not stop until every immigrant family, every person is respected and is safe. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Thank you everyone for coming today. Next, I'm gonna bring on Pilar and Moya.
Thank you all. I had gum, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. Okay, I'm done. Let's start with a quick chant, right? For those who are watching us on social media or those who are watching the news, why don't we send a chant and a message to them? Because if this had happened to them, don't you think they will be acting on it? So when I say, if they did it to you, you will say enough too. If they did it to you, you will say enough too. If they did it to you, you will say enough too. Thank you. I am Pilar Moya. I am the founder of Latinos Unidos of Long Island. Thank you for standing here today for justice, for dignity, and for the basic human rights that every single one of us deserves, no matter where we were born, no matter the color of our skin, or the accent that we carry. We need to say it loud and say it clear. Racial profiling's not welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Racial profiling not welcome here. Thank you. Across Long Island, Latino families, U.S. born and immigrants like me, are being racially profiled, harassed, and targeted by law enforcement acting under the false cover of immigration enforcement. ICE agents and officers are showing up at homes without judicial warrants. They are stopping people in the street based on skin color. They are demanding immigration status from people who have done nothing wrong. And they are doing it with support or silence from public institutions, including some fire departments. And to them we say, no more silence, no more fear. ICE and hate are not welcome here. No more silence, no more fear. ICE and hate are not welcome here. No more silence, no more fear. ICE and hate are not welcome here. Thank you. This is not about just immigration. It's about civil rights. This is about the Constitution of the United States. This is about basic human dignity. And we are here to say enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Thank you. Now many of you know that many of us advocates have been reaching out to our elected officials of all parties at all levels, right? And usually the answer that we get, show me proof that they were in my district. It's not my jurisdiction. Oh, you need to reach the federal government. No. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Do better.
Exactly. They need to do better, except for Phil Ramos, by the way. He's the only one.